we get to speak to Mahdi Jibril. He is a deputy director of the elections for the NDC. Mahdi has also joined us on the phone. Mahdi, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
And thank you so much for joining us. Mahdi, if I may start this conversation from what happened on December 7th, even before we get to what happened in Parliament yesterday. Any particular reason why the results of 281 was truncated with only a little over 200 in the declaration of the results by the 8th of December? Are you aware?
Let me say good morning to your listeners and say good morning to Labaran. December 7th, you know, Ablekuma North has 280 polling stations.
281?
No, plus the special voting.
Okay, so that makes it 281.
281. Now, after collation, when they went to the process of collation, they were able to collate one station. Now, which left with 116 polling stations. At that point, the Electoral Commission declared that they don't have the pink sheet for all these remaining polling stations.
What was the reason they gave to you that they don't have all?
The reason is public knowledge that there was a violence at that area, so materials of the election were destroyed. That is a security issue. Let's put that one aside. And the Electoral Commission, based on the process, the electoral process, says they don't have the pink sheet for the 165. However, this is how election runs. If the two parties come to an agreement on a document that was given, if they agree, that document can be added to use. So on the 9th of December, the NDC provided 54 of pink sheets for Ablekuma North. The MPP accepted it and it was added. But at that point, the MPP said they don't have pink sheets. So they accepted that 54, which gave you 219. And then there was some declaration there. Then the MPP went to court and said that they will not accept. So when the court asked that they should come and complete, then now MPP now brought 25 pink sheets. Okay? So when the balance is 62, it's not 62. The MPP on 23rd December brought 25 hard copy pink sheets. So that also was accepted and added to it. Now it left with 37 polling stations. These 37 polling stations, the MPP then now raised their hands that they don't have a pink sheet. The AC doesn't have a pink sheet. Then now also the Electoral Commission also that so all the parties don't have a pink sheet. This results in the situation when Electoral Commission then realized that because there's no 37 polling station pink sheet, so now the EC chairperson calls for the result, calls for the process to come to IPAC. Okay, so the 37. So they invited us at IPAC on the 37 polling station that the EC doesn't have pink sheet, so that we will find a way, a solution to it. Our position then was that once you don't have a pink sheet, and we don't have a pink sheet, MPP doesn't have pink sheet, the only thing you can do is to rerun the election. We can assume results. Then the MPP then said, oh, we have a scanned document of the 37. So now eyebrows start raising. Say, if you have 37 polling station pink sheet scanned documents, meaning that you have the original document because you scanned this document in your office. So if you can provide the hard copy, you have already started. Then we could have completed the process without even prolonging this issue. The NPP, realizing the question we are asking about the scanned document, which is around January, now run to court again for the second time. Now this time around, it is not about the declaration. It's about now a McDermott's now to force the Electoral Commission to complete the process. You know, when you go to court on this process, you don't deal with the issues. What they went to say, okay, Electoral Commission is holding the result. They should go and complete it. The judge doesn't know what happened. So the judge said, okay, go and complete the result, get the security. Then the MPP now, you see, who's supposed to follow the process, then now come back to accept the MPP scan documents now to add up to the process. Now, even with that, there was a challenge. The party fought it. That is where you saw the reason when the regional organizer was there. Because we realized that we were there when we saw, in the television that EC is completing the process with only MPP scan documents. And that cannot allow. So that is why you had that challenges on the TVs when this thing happened. So they did this even legality with using only scanned document up to 34. When they brought in people, they brought presiding officers. After that, now remaining 3, where 3 of the presiding officers say they cannot justify those documents as the document that they work on. Even with that scanned document, this is the issue. Apart from that, there were other areas who said that my pink sheet, the election we held in my polling station, there was no overvoting, but I saw on a scanned document overvoting. Also, I cannot confirm, but EC included that one. They said since the man has come there, they will add it to it. So the 3, we met at IPAC again. The election commission want to place themselves. They are almost complete Ablekuma issue. So we raised the issue that no, we didn't complete because the 37 is still outstanding. So we met on the 37. The electoral commission decided not to respond to us. And I speak to you last week on the 12th. The EC called us again to deliberate on these 37 polling station issues. When they said, oh, there's 3. So we now explain to them again to say that the reason why even we are not accepting the scan document is this. Now, 1, the polling station that MPP claimed, GC claimed that their pink sheet was destroyed. During the confirmation of the scan document, which was in January, presiding officers who claimed that they brought their pink sheet to the center, which was destroyed, now brought a pink sheet to the electoral commission that they should use that to compare scan documents. So we asked Banobio and Mensa that during the election, do you issue pink sheet to presiding officer to take you home? They say no. So if your presiding officer comes out to say, I have a pink sheet in my house, what is it? It's illegal. So why do you accept illegal documents from your presiding officer to compare with a scan document and accept it or include it in the collation of results? This, they told us that they will come back to us. That's on the 12th. So we are still waiting for them on the 12th issue. Then you hear Bossman going to Spring Parliament yesterday to say we've agreed. We have only left 3 polling stations. My question and our question that we ask is, will the Mensa or any political party accept in any election where presidential elections there's no pink sheet? EC has no pink sheet. A political party has no pink. Only one party that is has a scan document. Will they accept it to include in scan in completing results? They will say no.
Okay, you can't answer for them. You can't ask them a question and answer for them.
No, I'm saying it is no, because there's no legal backing to it. All right. So once there's no legal backing to it, and when you come to parliamentary, presidential, assembly election, they are all general elections, and they have only one law to govern that elections. If you not accept it for presidential because it's a high level stake, why do you accept it parliamentary?
Madi, can I ask you a technical question? On the day of election, we noticed that the 2 major political parties, both of you had set up some very fine, smart brains and centers where you calculated the results. By whatever time, the MPP say that by 9 thereabout, they had been able to calculate and realize that they had won the election by 414 votes.
Okay.
At some point in the day of the election, did you also have results from all your officers at the various polling stations, and what results had they sent to you?
We have won the election by 700 votes. Now, but
you are calculated and you are won by 700.
Yes. Now, are you aware that?
No, I just want to get that. You said you calculated and you won by 700.
Yes, let me make things clear. Are you aware that my result, MPP result, doesn't matter when EC doesn't declare results?
I do.
So it is not about what you mentioned. If it's about what we mentioned as we won elections, then the EC declare result it doesn't matter. You see, MPP is treading on the area that because of Ablekuma North, they are ignoring major issues, major electoral process, just because they want Ablekuma North to add to make it 199. But forgetting that we have election to run in 2028. If somebody provides scan documents in the future, when they don't have it, will they accept it? A law, they will say no. You understand? You see, let me say this. The MPP did something in Yendi during their primaries, and it affected them. Now, what happened was that when the election went on, up when they were sorting and counting the ballots, somebody came to destroy the material. Instead for the MPP to sit back and say, let's rerun the area, the polling station, the elections again, to get a rightful candidate, the MPP decided to ignore process and allow somebody to go through and say, we have won because we want you to win. Because looking at it, we know that you will win the election. Ask the MPP in their report. Didn't they include as the report that decision affected their elections in Wendy?
Okay, we haven't seen the report. I wouldn't want to go on that tangent. At this point, Dr. Bossman Asare has spoken. He was in Parliament yesterday, and all he's saying at this point is that when he gets the security that he wants, he will be able to finalize the process. Are you okay with the responses he gave in Parliament yesterday?
I dare him to try to say he's going to declare any result with any scan document. I dare him. Perhaps maybe.
What would you do?
I'm dare him. I told them the last time when I met at the meeting. Do you even need security of that magnitude if you have a document to declare results? Do you need it?
Because both of you are making it impossible for him to declare the results, or for the AC to declare the results. That's what he says.
The CI that my brother quoted, the CI talked about the two parties must agree. Since one of the parties doesn't agree, the EC must follow the process. The EC will not follow one thing. The EC must follow the process. The process is that we are not agreeing on the document that MPP is bringing. So when you are not agreeing, you don't have the document. What do? You rerun the election. But EC said, okay, I will not rerun. I will want to depend on the MPP scan documents. Did the MPP conduct elections for our 2024 in Ablekuma?
EC did.
EC did. And EC doesn't have the scan document. And you are saying that you are going to rely on the MPP scan document to declare results. We need security to aid you to do illegality. Why will the police aid you to do illegality?
Dr. Bossman Asare says a rerun is a last resort. So obviously that is not part of their plans now.
I'm happy of this word. When is the date for last resort? If you don't have a pin sheet, this is a challenge that we are coming. When are they projecting the last resort? You see, when somebody speaks, you should know that people listen. You see, when we keep telling them that the last resort in when there's dispute at the polling station, a collation center, when there's no pink sheet, the last resort is to compel the people to go back to vote again. That's the last resort. At this point that we are being back and forth 6 months, we are even past the last resort. So when is he wanted to get to last resort? He should give us the process that you go through to get to last resort. If he's able to give us that process, and let's see whether we didn't follow those process at where he said we have not gotten to any which level of the last point where to go to last resort. Bossman is now becoming a dangerous to our democracy.
Okay, it looks like both of you do not appear to agree on whatever the EC has put out. At this point, if you ever called into any meeting, what would be the way forward? Because we can't have this rambling go on and on and on and on.
Oh, is it the way forward? We have told them that rerun. It doesn't mean that the NDC will win because the MPP.
The organizer of the election is not willing to do a rerun. He has said it yesterday.
No, I'm saying that. And then if you're not willing, you want to rely on a document that you don't owe. You who conducted the election, you don't have a document. You say, I will depend on somebody's document to declare results. That I am okay with it. But I'm not okay to follow my process that I have in my CI. I'm not ready to do that one. Are you sure the people that are talking about this are normal?
Are you questioning the authenticity of what the MPP is presenting?
No, you don't. There's no way you use second document in our law.
Madi, you've not responded to my question. Are you questioning that?
Yes, because you see, the reason why I have a problem with that, there's a presiding officer, about 6 of them, who later claimed that they have pink sheet in their homes. Now brought it out in January to confirm with MPP scan documents. How did they get their pink sheets when all the pink sheets are destroyed?
Madi, again, let's look at the practicality. On the day of the election, when the elections was done at every single polling station, it was counted right there. It wasn't counted in the sky. It was counted right there. You had your agent there. You had the MPP agent there. When counting was done, everybody saw the figures. Even if the one party is presenting a figure and you don't have a document, your party person at a particular police station, is he saying that the figures that have been presented are wrong?
Thank you. You see, when you take result at the polling station, if you take the TI, there's a provision for challenge for recollating at the polling center, meaning that the result that was announced at the polling station is not the final. So what you had at the polling station...
Have any of your polling station agents challenging any one of them?
There's no print sheet for me to know about that one, because that will be written on the print sheet. Are you getting?
But your polling agents are not dead. If they challenge at any polling station, they would have told you.
Okay, so now, if you want to depend on somebody when he has ate Banku and forget what he says, he comes and say that I've written something on this one.
Madi, this is not something you can forget.
No, I'm saying that if a presiding officer agent comes and he says, I have challenged this polling station, the MPP say, no, I didn't see you challenge it. There's nothing to challenge. How will you prove that? How will you prove that?
Because there are other officials there. It wasn't just the two people who are there. There are others there as well.
The same official that we are talking about, Yisi doesn't have the print sheet. Now go back again practically. Are you aware that it is mandatory for the presiding officer to paste the print sheet at the polling stations? Ask the Yisi whether they pasted it for us to go back to go and check those ones. Whatever we are talking about something that has happened in collation center. But how about the ones that you pasted? Did they paste anything at the polling stations in Ablekuma?
You are saying that at all the 280 polling stations, nothing was pasted?
I'm saying they should prove to us whether they have done it.
Your officers were there. If it was posted, they would know.
I'm saying that I monitored this election. The MPP the EC didn't provide the materials for them to paste the print sheets.
At all 280?
Go and show me if you have seen any. Not even the Bossman office. I'm talking about national. It is one of our demand for this 2024 elections. Ask whether the Mensa provided things that they will use to place the print sheet. And all because of these problems.
Okay. Labran, are you there?
Again, let me say this. Are you aware also that the EC also claimed that some of the presiders where the print sheet, EC, MPP has a scanned document. Their officers also have a scanned document of the polling station. So we asked them, can you provide those phones for us to check? Because you and I know, if a document was scanned, you will know that.
Then the original is somewhere.
It's easy to, but they are not able to bring that phone for us to check. What is EC running away?
They have the scanned documents, but they don't have the original.
I'm saying they are trying. They say they have a scanned document, but they don't have original.
How?
They assume they projected that there will be destruction. So they scan that area. All the 37 polling stations, those presiding officers scan their print sheet, waiting for problem to happen.
But it is the original that you would scan to get the photocopy.
MPP said even they scan it, they don't have it.
Well, after scanning, they threw it away.
And they say they don't have it. That is what their officers said at the meeting. That they scan it, but they don't know where they put it.
These two political parties, you're a problem. Labran, let me come to you. You've listened to Mani and all the pointers that he has raised. If the two of you are going on this tangent, we can never have a declaration.
So while he was speaking all this while, I couldn't hear anything because I kept on saying hello, but there wasn't a feedback.
Oh, both of you were live, so I thought you were monitoring everything he said.
Yes, I've stayed on the line for it just came on now. Okay,
the point I'm making now is that Madi is also raising serious concerns about the process. You are raising concerns about the process. The ECC at this point that they have been able to do their work